There is more than one rock to visit in Plymouth. For this one, you'll want to bring your skateboard. Check this out.
What's up, guys? James and I have been skating Plymouth Skate Park, and it's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of obstacles to skate, and let's check it out. Plymouth Skate Park was a lot of fun to skate. James and I had a good time. And when you leave the park, please make sure to leave gracefully.
There we go.
Visit the Blake Planetarium on Friday, December 20th from 7 to 8 p.m. for its Season of Light, a night of stars and holiday spirit. This popular show is an exploration of the astronomical meanings behind seasonal traditions and the fascination humans have with lighting up our lives during the holidays. There will also be a brief showing of seasonal stargazing that highlights the most prominent and easy-to-find stars and constellations of the winter. For tickets, visit the Blake Planetarium website. The Plymouth Winterfest is back. The third annual event will take place on Saturday, December 28th from 4 to 8 p.m. Main Street will be buzzing with free activities for all ages. We sat down with Plymouth Rocks Events President Mike Joshua to see what the organization has planned for this exciting outdoor celebration. We're so pleased to welcome on set today Mike Joshua, who is the Executive Director of Plymouth Rock Events. Welcome, Mike.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Can you tell our viewing audience what Plymouth Rocks Events does? It's a nonprofit foundation.
Correct.
How is it started? What do you do? Go.
So I started Plymouth Rocks Events as a nonprofit to put on events and then share proceeds with local school music programs. Mm-hmm. I just feel like school music programs, that part of the arts is really getting left behind. And it's too bad, so I decided, well, maybe there's something I could do about that. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do, but my original thought was maybe some type of festival in Plymouth, whether it's a music festival, film festival, maybe the two together. Mm-hmm. So I've just started to do, over the last 3 years, to do local events, Memorial Hall, the Spire Center, New World Tavern, places like that, right. To get us up and going. And so far, so good, and carrying on with the mission.
That's good. Now, what is your background? Clearly, you have some music in your background.
I'm a drummer, for one, but also I've been doing radio. I moved to Boston 1990, end of 92, to do radio. and broadcasting.
You have that voice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Well, I can turn it on when I need to as
Yeah.
well, but that's usually just on the radio. And I'm currently on WATD in Marshfield 4 nights a week,
Yep.
doing a show called Americana-Rama. So it's all
Yeah.
connected still with the arts and music and
Excellent. Now today we're going to talk about Winterfest.
yes.
Now talk about what it is, and I know it's Saturday the 28th of December from
Correct.
4 to 8 p.m. and it's
Yep.
down in the downtown area.
Yep.
What happens?
So we literally close off Main Street
Yeah.
from Memorial Hall to Leiden Street and have a winter carnival, basically.
Okay.
Family friendly, obviously. It's free to attend, which is big. So at Memorial Hall, we'll have a magic show going on.
This is inside.
This is inside.
Okay, yep.
So there is an inside warm spot just in
Yes.
case it's too cold.
Right.
The big room is the warm spot.
Yeah.
So we'll have kids' activities, face painters, and magic shows going on there.
Yeah.
And then throughout the street, we'll have all kinds of face painters and bubble guys, and we have fire programs. These fire aerialists are
Which
amazing.
were a
and
huge hit last
they
year.
were a huge hit
Yeah,
last year,
yeah.
and a lot of fun. We'll have a roving New Orleans-style jazz band going up and down the street. We have a drum line from the high school that's going to participate. We're working on getting a kids' coffee shop going on. Have a DJ. There's just all kinds of stuff happening on the street.
It's just a big party.
It's a big party, a big free party
Yeah.
for families.
Right. Now you also have a laser. Now this thing was hugely successful last year.
Yep.
It's a laser show, which
Yep.
is
our laser light show.
Yep.
You really have to kind of see it to believe it. I've seen it a couple times now. It's just fantastic. Another thing that the kids love, but parents just sit there with their jaw dropped as well.
That's done on the green in front of the town hall.
Yep, green in front of the town hall.
Okay.
That's kind of the center of everything that's going on,
Yeah.
and that'll run. Everything will be timed, so the magic shows will be at this time, so you can catch the magic show and make it down for the first laser show. You
Yep.
get down to the other end of the street, and then there'll be another magic show that happens and another laser show.
Oh, perfect.
And then all the stuff on the street is just happening
Right.
around
So
the
people
clock.
are encouraged to come from 4 to 8 p.m. Definitely.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and then
The whole span.
and then obviously all the vendors, all the great restaurants.
I was just going to say that they're all open.
They're all
assume.
open,
Yep.
absolutely. So we love to push the people into local businesses as well.
Absolutely, and there's so many different venues down in that area for families to eat, for people if they want to have a cocktail or two. I mean, it just
Yep, coffee, tea, just
everything,
just
right,
everything. Kids
right.
stuff, obviously. So it's great.
And now, how many people do you expect, or in the past have you had?
I guess in the past, this is my first year helping organize the event. It's in its third year. Last year, I guess they said between 4,000 and 5,000
Wow.
showed up, which is fantastic. And this year, we're hoping for over 5,000.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it's rain or shine.
I was just going to say that, no matter what the weather is.
No matter what the weather is.
Yep, you're still gonna
I
have
know year one there was a little bit of snow, but everybody thought that was
That was
beautiful.
cool.
It
Yeah.
added to it.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, if it was a little chilly last year, but I actually was the DJ last year, and got a little chilly here and there, but you just pop inside. There's so many places that are open.
Exactly.
You warm up, you come back
Exactly.
outside, you enjoy more
Yeah,
of the entertainment.
and it's a perfect opportunity for people to really check out all the different venues that are available down at the waterfront.
Yep.
That you might not, because you can go nice and slowly and take your time and walk along and see all the different restaurants, bars, etc. that are there and
Yep.
available.
Absolutely, and you can just take your time and
Have
enjoy
fun.
everything that's
Right.
there. Yeah.
Right. Now, if people want the actual rundown and more specifics, they can visit your website.
Yeah, of course you can go to PlymouthRocksEvents.org, but also PlymouthWinterfest.org as well.
Okay, and are you on Facebook too?
Yep, Facebook
Okay,
also.
perfect. All right, so Winterfest, it's from 4 to 8 p.m. on Saturday, the 28th of December,
Yep.
down at the center of town in Plymouth.
It's just head to Main Street. You'll find us,
You can't miss it.
and parking's free now in Plymouth as well. So just
is
come
great.
down early, get a spot, and
Yeah.
enjoy the day.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate it.
Yep.
PAC TV is a proud partner of Plymouth 400 Inc. An international commemoration is a huge undertaking, and its success depends upon people, organizations, and businesses that work together to make it happen. Last week, Plymouth 400 celebrated a new partner coming on board. The local scene was there to capture the celebration and speak to Executive Director Michelle Pecoraro about the impact.
Thank you, Eastern Bank!
In this 400th anniversary year, we could not do all of the things that we have planned without the support of this community and the businesses as well in this community. We have so many partners. We have organizational partners, which are our nonprofits here in the town. We also have business partners, businesses that have been supporting us over time. We could not do this without you. This is your commemoration more than it is anybody else's. It really is, it belongs to the people of this community.
As Michelle said, the 400th commemoration and its events are truly community-based. And this fall, many hands worked in unison to create Illuminate Thanksgiving 2019, a beautiful show of light, music, history, and a celebration of our ability to be that one small candle that can illuminate those around us. Here is a quick look at this inspiring event. A Christmas Carol comes to life at Plymouth Plantation. Visit with festive townfolk, learn the art of traditional wassailing, revel in Feswig's Tavern, and help Scrooge make amends with the Cratchits in the plantation's 17th century English village. Note, the performance is both indoors and outdoors, and you'll walk or stand for the majority of this interactive performance, so dress appropriately. Upcoming show dates are on December 14th, 20th, and 21st at 3:30 p.m. Visit the Plymouth Plantation's Eventbrite page for tickets. The Mass Memories Roadshow of UMass Boston is an event-based public history project that digitizes family photos and memories shared by the people of Massachusetts. On November 9th, the Mass Memories Roadshow came to the Plymouth Public Library as a Plymouth 400 partner event. The local scene was there to talk to some of the organizers and the participants.
My name is Jennifer Harris, and I am the proud library director of the Plymouth Public Library. Today was the day that we have been working on for over a year. Community has come together. We've talked to so many people and asked them to bring their pictures for the Mass Memories Roadshow.
My name is Tom Begley. I am the Executive Liaison for Research and Special Projects at Plymouth Plantation, and I'm here today at the Plymouth Public Library for the Mass Memories Roadshow to share some pictures of Plymouth Plantation's history and its development over time in the town of Plymouth.
Well, my ties to Plymouth occurred even before I was here on Earth, you know. I was born here at the Jordan Hospital on June 26, 1941. I've lived here ever since. I did go away to college, I went to BU for 4 years, and then I worked in Boston. I worked in Europe for a year as a nurse, traveled and came back, got married and lived in the state of New Hampshire and Connecticut, and then by 1970, came back, have been here ever since, and probably will die here.
I'm Cookie Zanaboni, and I am my full life Plymouthian. I call myself an endangered species. I was born here in 1943, and I taught kindergarten here for 30 years.
Hi, my name is Connie Miller-Horace. I was born and raised in Plymouth. I've lived here for 73 years, and I also worked in Plymouth. I was vice principal at the West Elementary School, and I retired in 2003.
I'm Neil McMorris. I am a public history track first year grad student at UMass Boston. I just moved here from Jamaica, so really excited to visit Plymouth.
Hi, I'm Marielle Gutierrez. I am originally from California, and I did also just move here to Massachusetts to go be a part of UMass Boston's Public History Master's program. And why we decided to join in with this project is because we wanted to learn more about the community, practice public history skills, just getting to know people, hearing their stories.
Yeah, we heard about the Mass Memories Roadshow in one of our classes, and we thought it was just a really awesome program, and it sounded excited to be a part of collecting history.
I really enjoy living in Plymouth because of its history and also because it's near the ocean. And I don't think I'd live anywhere else but here.
I am from Plymouth. I've lived here most of my life. And it's really exciting to see so many Plymouthians come out to support this project, to donate their pictures to the Mass Memories Roadshow, sharing their memories and what Plymouth means to them. I think that we all have our own stories and reasons why we're here, and to talk with people in the room and see what's going to be shared online, we'll get a better sense of where Plymouth is today.
And so I just wanted to share one of the ones that I used, which of course is the beautiful front lawn of the library. And in particular, we also had the gardens are maintained by the Plymouth Garden Club, so they had put in some beautiful mums. So I wanted to catch us at this moment with this library. Now, other people have brought other pictures of the library when it was first built. We had the shovel ceremony, and then we tried to get some pictures from the old library on North Street. That's just from the library end. We are seeing pictures of local residents who have looked through their photo albums. They're bringing black and white gorgeous pictures. Richard Nixon's in one. I know that we've had other celebrities who have come here. There's families, people have taken pictures at the beach. It's been an incredible experience.
So I brought 3 pictures today from Plymouth Plantation, showing the sort of 3 different aspects of what the museum does every day. The first one I brought was of Mayflower II's arrival in Plymouth Harbor in 1957. 25,000 people were on the shores that day. So it was this picture, you see everyone dotting the landscape. So it was a really exciting day, and hopefully everybody comes out for next May 2020 when the ship comes home again. I also brought a picture of the 17th century English village, where since 1959, Plymouth Plantation has been based at the Eel River campus. We started in 1947 at the Plymouth waterfront in Pilgrim Memorial State Park. But by 1959, the Hornblower family actually donated their family estate to the museum for the purposes of building a full-scale English village. So that's where we've been ever since. And I also shared a picture of the Wampanoag home site, which as we know it today was started in 1973. So it's kind of an older picture of the home site where we tell the stories of the Wampanoag people and the indigenous peoples of southern New England since the 17th century, or before the 17th century and to today.
This is my first one, and that would be me going to kindergarten. It was a private kindergarten at the time because there were no kindergartens here in Plymouth. And I went to Miss Bostic's kindergarten. Little did I know that would be my career. So I started my career, as did many people here in Plymouth, at Nathaniel Morton, but it was called Plymouth Junior High and High School. Many years later, I ended up going there when it became an elementary school, and I taught kindergarten. Taught kindergarten there the end of my career, 16 years. This first picture that I'm holding is a picture of the Nathaniel Morton in the background, but the children in the picture are one of my last batches. And you can see Lissa Resnick, who was my teacher aide. So Lissa and myself and one of my last batches, because I had an AM and a PM class. Here's the second group, my last batch. And if you can see what they're doing, they've got their fingers up and they're doing a cheer called the Wow, because they thought they were pretty wonderful, as did I. I had many such cheers that I used through the years. One of them, I would put my hands up and have a silent cheer, and they would all laugh because, of course, my bracelets were anything but silent. I was very blessed to teach here in Plymouth. Wonderful parents, wonderful children, and then was time for my retirement. And I thought I would be so sad, when in fact I found out there is nothing better than retirement. It doesn't mean that I'm not still part of this community, because I am. I've been a town meeting member now for 25 years, very involved in the Plymouth 400, which I think the world of. I absolutely love my town, but there is nothing better than retirement. And this picture happens to be a dozen red roses my husband brought to me the day of my retirement at school and hugged me and kissed me and then said, "These are rent-a-rose. They have to go back at the end of the day." That kind of explains to you what it's been like to be married to Paul Zanaboni all these years. Just plain fun.
So I'll start with my first photo, and it's actually of my sister and myself. I'm the little girl to the right. Okay, I guess it'd be I won't say which, I'm the smaller one. Okay, I'm like age 3 and my sister's age 5. And why it's significant is when my sister was 7, she was killed. She was struck by a car. Someone threw her hat in the road, she went after it and the car hit her. So from that time on, I was an only child. So the pictures that I have of my sister are quite precious. And this is I love our eyes in this picture of both of us. They're so clear, and sweet. Her name was Charlotte May Emond, E-M-O-N-D, and she was born on November 10th, 1938, and died January 10th, 1946. Okay. The next one I have is of my mom, and I love it. I just found this one. It is actually taken at the Sparrow House down in the basement where the Potters would work. The Sparrow House was bought in the 1930s by Miss Catherine Alden. In fact, the library has a big archival project on her here. And she started the Plymouth Pottery Guild, okay? And so my mother was actually secretary-treasurer of the Plymouth Pottery Guild for like 35 years, and a friend of Miss Alden and a potter. Now, I must admit, my mother did not make the most beautiful of pots. That was not one of her greatest gifts. She was very creative and all, but I wouldn't say as a potter. Some people just have a gift. But here she is throwing a pot, as they would say. And I love it because she's young, and she's probably in her early 30s. And this picture I chose because it's of my folks again, Ferdy and Ruth Emond going out, probably 1948 or so, and they'd gone to Bert's restaurant, which is no more. It was by Plymouth Beach, and it started out, Bert Booton built it. It was just a little clam shack, and then it evolved into a bar and a small restaurant. By the time they're going, it's a small restaurant, good food, and so I'm sure they were meeting friends, having a few drinks, and going for dinner. And I just thought the picture, their faces are really clear in this picture. That's why I liked it. I have other pictures, but they're further apart, or it's not so clear. So those are the pictures I chose.
I think this project is important to preserve the history of those of us who have lived here for future generations.
Honestly, all the stories I heard today are so different, diverse. It's just interesting to see what is important to them and how that connects to community, and I think it's just beautiful to see.
So I worked for the morning on the scanning station, so I really got to see the images and then also hear kind of like the follow-up stories, because they got warmed up with Mario and then they came and like gave me the full background on the pictures. But they were just so passionate about these images, and I think it's exciting that people get this chance to be a part of a Plymouth history that is not just what we read about in the history books.
We have a broad spectrum of people who live here. From, the lifelong residents who've been here all their lives to new people coming in all the time. And we had a big influx of people coming in when the power plant was built.
It's by the ocean, as history, it's our hometown.
There are some big changes ahead for the towns of Duxbury and Pembroke. Watch now for the latest in this government update.
Home to many of Duxbury's commercial properties and historical buildings, Snug Harbor has long been one of the most popular spots on the South Shore. But its location puts Snug Harbor at an increased risk for coastal flooding, an issue the Metropolitan Area Planning Council sought to address at a recent community forum at the Duxbury Senior Center. Much of the area carries a 1% risk of flooding every year, with some sections expected to suffer a flooding event once every 30 years. The damage caused by Winter Storm Stella in March of 2017 and Winter Storm Riley the following year stood as only two of the most recent examples of Snug Harbor's vulnerability, made all the more troubling by a projected 8-inch rise in sea levels over the next decade. The council put forth a range of possible solutions to the issue, from fortifying the town's existing sea barriers to elevating buildings and infrastructure in the area. Case studies detailing measures taken by other regional communities to combat coastal flooding, such as New Bedford's hurricane barrier, were also presented. Instant polling conducted at the forum showed the importance residents placed on the businesses of Snug Harbor and a willingness to make significant financial investments to ensure the safety of the area. Meanwhile, in Pembroke, with the impending departure of Town Administrator Ed Thorne and the transition to a town manager-headed system of government, town officials held a forum to determine what sort of candidate residents want for the position, with Plymouth-based firm Community Paradigm enlisted to help ensure an impartial selection process. Massachusetts has experienced a nearly 50% turnover rate in town managers over the last 3 years, making the state a highly competitive market in the search to fill the position. When asked for their input regarding traits they'd like to see in a new town manager, residents said they wanted a candidate willing to challenge the status quo for the benefit of the town and urged the committee to consider fielding candidates with non-government backgrounds. Others expressed concerns about Pembroke's limited commercial base and hoped for a candidate who would work towards expanding it in a way consistent with the town's character. Steve Walsh of the Town Advisory Committee stressed the need for a manager with experience in handling budgets to help combat the town's mounting financial issues, while Susie Scholl of the School Committee expressed hopes that the Board of Selectmen would maintain involvement with the transition process once a candidate is chosen. Moving forward, the committee intends to begin fielding candidates in December, with the formal screening process starting in the new year. Reporting for PAC TV, I'm Keith Hughes.
A bunch of other committees and commissions in the town. It seems like my wife is always saying, geez, if you join one more committee, it's...
Changing into cozy new pajamas on a cold winter's night can mean not just warmth and comfort, but a feeling that someone cares. Connect to Clothes is a local business group organizing a pajama drive to benefit families suffering homelessness in our region. Called Pajamarama, this campaign provides 26 drop-off locations at businesses throughout Plymouth, Kingston, Duxbury, Pembroke, Norwell, and Sagamore Beach, where you can drop off your new and unworn donations of all sizes, which will be given to Plymouth Area Coalition for the Homeless for distribution to families in need. The need for warm pajamas is great for all age groups, but especially for teenagers, who often don't get the attention or donations from individuals and groups that younger children do. For a list of drop-off locations where you can make a difference this season, contact Cara Cipolo at the email below or visit the RE/MAX Spectrum Facebook page. Local Matters is a production of the local scene of PAC TV. If you'd like to watch the show again or explore other community stories, subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Local Scene. Like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram to keep updated on new content and the ways that we shine a light on you. Local Matters will be taking a brief hiatus, but we will have a new show for you on January 9th of the new year. From all of us at PAC TV, we wish you a joyous and safe holiday season, and we'll leave you with this quick trip through some of your local stories the local scene has covered in 2019. We'll see you in 2020.
Changing with the times and being more of a community space and a space where we can be loud. And
they say there are 3 loves in your life that you love for different reasons that turn the page.
Which I understood.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
What's your favorite library?
My favorite library.
Well, we're waiting for you to join them, and then remind ourselves that more love is okay.
Without the Harbor Masters' cooperation, it doesn't happen. My mission and duty.
At once, as you said, Julie, I have 6 towns, and I would love to give every town 100% of my time.
These stones tell the story of lives lived and lost.
Marriage is they don't understand what
purple doorknob is, but they know it matters.
Welcome to Local Matters, featuring the places, events, and people of our South Shore towns. At PAC TV, we're your neighbors.
I've been here since 2013. Came up here because my wife had a chance to move back home closer to her family, who lives on the South Shore.
Checks when they shouldn't be. There are lots of different ways that people are running into.
JR and I met locally, largely through the craft beer establishments like New World Tap.
Coppers, golds, and rusted tones, Mother Nature's way of letting go. They fall and gather one by one. Autumn is here, summer has gone.
Pembroke knows how to celebrate the holiday season. Join the residents of Pembroke on December 1st from 3 to 6 at the Town Green as they celebrate. Elections. This is really fascinating.
Yeah, so if you haven't had a chance to chat with Susan April, I would certainly recommend it.
But in order to hear their poetry and lyrics, it's almost like a way for them to be free themselves. It was also like therapeutic for everyone involved. It was amazing.